A rabbit on a controlled diet is fed daily 300 grams of a mixture of two foods, food X and food Y. Food X contains 15% protein and food Y contains 5% protein. If the rabbit's diet provides exactly 30 grams of protein daily, then how many grams of food X are in the mixture? So they are saying this. There is some mixture which is food X and there is some mixture which is food Y. They are calling it that way. And food X, they are saying that is containing 15% protein, right? See this here, 15% protein is given, and food Y they are saying is containing 5% protein. Okay, and now from these two foods a mixture is formed and that mixture is fed to the rabbit in such a way that rabbit is going to get a total of 300 grams of food every day, and in this 30 grams is protein. Got it? So if you observe this, 30 by 300 is 10%. So they are forming the mixture in such a way that they are getting 10% protein. Got it? Now they are asking what is the weight of the mixture X1 taken into this final mixture. Okay, so what is the weight of this food X taken into this final mixture? That is what is asked. Now let us assume that the weight of food X taken into the final mixture is N1 grams and the weight of food Y taken into the final one is N2 grams. Now we already know that N1 plus N2 is going to be 300. Why? Because the final food that they are going to make is going to be 300 grams, and that is formed from taking N1 grams and N2 grams. Therefore you can write one equation. So if you assume that N1 grams is taken from X and N2 grams is taken from Y, then N1 plus N2 is equal to 300. This is one equation you got, right? And the other one is, if you are taking N1 grams from this and if 15% of it is protein, then definitely out of N1 grams 15% will be protein. So the protein that we are getting from food X into this final mixture will be equal to N1 into 15 by 100 grams, and the protein that you get from food Y into this final mixture will be equal to N2 into 5 by 100. So one other equation which you can form is N1 into 15 by 100, which means 15% of N1 grams is going to be protein, plus N2 into 5 by 100, which means 5% of N2 grams is going to be protein. So this is the total protein you are getting into the final mixture, and they are saying that it is equal to 30. This is other equation, right? Now from these two equations you are supposed to find out the value of N1. So how to find out the value of N1? So you can use 5 3s, 5 1s, 5 6s. So 100 if you send it, it is going to be 600. So 3N1 plus N2 equal to 600, right? And we already know that N1 plus N2 is equal to 300, right? Just cancel it. Now what do you get? 2N1 equal to 300. That implies N1 equal to 150 grams. So this is the answer. That is what they have asked. What is the value of N1? Now since we are talking about alligations and mixtures, if you want to apply that alligations formula, then also you could do it in a different way. So what is the other way of solving it is, instead of using this, now we know that this is the total amount of protein present in the final mixture, which is equal to 30. Now convert everything to the percentages, right? Now if you want to find out the percentage of, see this, so it is 15, this is 5. Now you can convert everything to percentages and you can see if the alligations formula is applicable here, right? So this is the total amount of protein and the total weight of the mixture is N1 plus N2 grams. So what does it mean? This is the percentage of protein in the final mixture, right? And what is already given? 30 grams out of 300 grams is protein. Therefore it is the actual value. So which is nothing but, you can write it as 10 by 100. So why am I writing as 10 by 100? Because it is 15 by 100 and 5 by 100. That is why I just want to write it in 100. Okay. Now if you see this, if you see this, it is just looking as if it is in the Alligation's formula. So where this one is A1 and this one is A2 and this one is A. Average of one group, average of other group, and this is the final average. Now if you want to find out the ratio between N1 and N2, you can directly write it, right? So N1 by N2, if you just cross multiply and apply the simplifications, is equal to A minus A2 divided by A1 minus A. Now what is A minus A2? 10 by 100 minus A2 is nothing but 5 by 100 divided by A1 minus A. So what is A1? 15 by 100 minus A is 10 by 100, right? So what is it? 5 by 5 is 1 by 1, which means 1 is to 1. So from this you get N1 is equal to N2, right? Now we already know that N1 plus N2 equal to 300 and both of them are equal, therefore N1 is supposed to be 150 grams. You will directly get it. That is one way of solving it. Now if you see that this is again Alligation's formula, you could have used that diagram, right? So what is the diagram? A1 is 15 by 100 and what is A? A means the final average, 10 by 100, and what is A2? 5 by 100, right? And now you take the difference, write it here, you take the difference, write it here. That is nothing but N1 is to N2, right? So what is the difference here? 5. What is the difference here? 5. 5 by 100 and 5 by 100, right? Okay, now N1 is to N2, here you will get N1, N2. N1 is to N2 equal to 1 is to 1, right? Even here also you are going to get the answer as 150. So you can directly solve it, or since we are talking about alligations and mixtures, you can use the alligations formula or this diagram and solve it. Okay, fine.